Again, I need my 10 views on YouTube.
Hey,
10 more nights.
10 more views. All right. So, for a quick recap, you all had come to the Shattered Plains for various reasons. You find yourself in a war camp looking for a elusive woman named Liss. While in the war camp, you discovered a number of leads. The first is the crazy man you met in a caravan along the way, claiming to be a herald, and the belief that he had his honor blade stolen. Your parishman friend, Saul, had a vision of a elderly man who looked oddly sinister. You were going to investigate that. These were all things that you were doing. Honestly, it's been 2 weeks, and I'm a little bit on the fence about everything that happened last time. You visited a menagerie who told you to look for the Red Rock Bud. You went to the Red Rock Bud. You were informed by the proprietor there that a Shin person met with a full-figured and attractive woman with dark hair in the Red Rock Bud. This was all on your way to find Liss. On your way out of the Red Rock Bud, you were confronted by some guards who you brawled with, subsequently won, and then retreated back to the Colin war camp. You then took up residence at the Ornery Chull, an inn where the proprietor's name was Ka, who you sold
wine
to. Yes, I was about to say that. You are, like I said, you are still looking for Liss. You have Saul's vision and the old man who you believe to be some form of divinity, as well as the herald, the proclaimed herald, to investigate. Zeno, you wake up this morning, as you did 2 weeks ago, to find the rock you lost in your coat. It is warm as you lift it up. You are surprised to see it because you believed you lost it last night. As you head out into the
Discord.
Common room of the inn.
A white heart emoji.
Let me turn that on.
The rock flashes a white heart emoji at you.
Whoa.
And says, Ubu XD. No. Okay. Anyways, as you exit out into the common room, you find Asha and Jahal seated at a table eating a rudimentary breakfast. Saul is nowhere to be found. Asha is feeding his axe hound pup a few scraps of food off his plate. You go and join them, and you guys can begin planning your day.
I think I'm going to start off.
Yes.
I think I'm going to start off by greeting everyone and looking at Asha and saying, "You're not going to believe what was in my pocket this morning," and pull out the rock and show him.
The rock that we were looking for?
Yeah,
Were you-
it just
Okay.
appeared in my pocket.
Was Asha aware that you had lost it? And was he? I think he was aware that you had
Yes.
it, but was he? You were aware that you lost. Okay.
Yeah, because we were trying to. I was trying to tell the guards we were looking for a lost item, and then they started
okay.
yelling at us to get out of here, and then
Yep. Gotcha.
wham bam,
Gotcha.
thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
And somehow
so-
I ended up with a spear in my leg at one point.
Yes. Which, by the way, you are all healed up now. If you haven't, if you haven't taken a long rest, by all means, perform a long rest. Make sure everything is up to
I think I
snuff.
might just to make sure.
Yeah, I'll just do it on my guy. Just perform. Make sure everything's topped off.
Yep.
Take any disabilities away that are.
This should be capped off on you. And honestly, so also for you, Asha, I believe you woke up and had a windspren fluttering around the room, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You wake up and you've had a number of wounds in your life. This one is completely healed by the next day. Like usually, you can function the next day with a wound, but you have to keep it bandaged and, stuff like that. It's gone. There's no hole. Doesn't look like you got stabbed at all. But when you go to pay for breakfast, which I'm adding that in for thematic purposes, you don't actually have to pay for it. You look into your you look into your sphere pouch for your money, and you notice a couple of the spheres are doomed. They do not glow with storm, as they normally are wont to do.
Can I make an insight check, I guess?
As
to why that would be?
As to why the spheres would be doomed?
Yes.
You can, but I don't know that your character would have any knowledge as to why that would be. But you can.
Why not?
If you roll a natural 20, I'll give you something.
13! 16!
You inspect. So what I'll do is I'll give you this. You look through the spheres and you pull out the ones that are not glowing. These would have been so. High storms replenish stormlight and spheres. You leave the spheres out in the storm and they take on stormlight, and then they glow for, a number of weeks until the glow fades naturally.
Gotcha.
But usually storms come sooner than a couple of weeks. I think the average is like somewhere between 5 and 10 days. I can look it up if you want the normal.
Nope. Yep.
You know that lower quality gemstones will leak stormlight out faster.
Okay.
So with a 16, it could be that these are just poor quality gems, and they're still worth the same amount. But it might just be that they're a little cracked or they weren't cut properly. Right.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
There could be any number of reasons that these particular gems are dune. That's what it's called when they don't have stormlight, is dune, D-U-N. But as to exactly why, you wouldn't know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. So Zeno comes out, explains and shows you the stone that was in his pocket this morning. Also, Zeno, because it's been 2 weeks, you have been told twice to say the words when you were speaking to this rock, just so that you remember that.
Yeah, I still can't figure out what I'm supposed to say.
Broken Abracadabra?
Do you say that out loud to the rock, Asha? The rock turns
No.
into a bouquet of flowers and 2 pigeons.
No. Yeah.
No.
Open sesame? No.
Yeah. No, you have been told to say the words, AK.
And when I said,
I hope you do, because your character is a utter contradiction, and I love it.
well, and I've already said, this vow shall not be broken. And when I did, it kind of reacted, but it didn't do anything for me.
Yep, that is true. That didn't seem to be the words that you were looking for. That was intended. You got a little reaction out of it, but you didn't get much.
It didn't resonate with the rock.
Can I ask the rock what words am I supposed to say?
Go for it.
Do you smell what the rock is cooking?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
You
I
smell
couldn't
it?
help it.
That was a good one. So you wanna speak to the rock?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do this at the table in the middle of the hall, the dining hall in the ornery shell?
No, I want to go someplace quiet because
Okay.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay. So So what we'll say is you come out and you sit down, you have breakfast. You chat with Jahal and Asha. You explain that the rock had come back. Do you talk to him about the words thing at all?
Yeah. I'm going to tell Ash that it wants me to say some words. It keeps telling me to say the words, but I don't know what the words are. I need to go and try and figure this out.
Okay. Do you need anything from me?
Just let me know when you leave.
Roll for me a lore check, Asha.
Yeah.
Boya.
15. Okay.
17. Discord.
How do I want to phrase this? You think back. He tells you this, and your 17's a pretty good roll. You're thinking about words, spren, changes that had taken place in yourself. Some more recently have become more profound. You don't quite understand them yet. And for some reason you remember when you were talking to the herald, or the supposed herald in the
carriage wagon.
In the carriage.
In the wagon.
Yes. So you kind of that sticks in your memory for some reason you can't quite place yet. But it does ring sort of something in there. And with that sort of like moment, Zeno stands up with his his rock and decides he's going to try to attempt to communicate with a stone. You don't exactly know how to feel about your companion talking to a rock, but he's going to do it.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
All right.
I mean,
So-
we're talking about a stone that's talking to me to begin with.
Well,
So,
is it really talking to you, or are you going crazy?
That's debatable.
All right. So AK, you go back to your room to attempt to communicate with this. Ash, is there anything you would like to do in the meantime? Have breakfast, walk around? Just want to wait? Jahal is going to have an additional mug of beer for breakfast because that's what soldiers do.
I don't think there was anything. I don't remember anything being needed for me to.
Then I will
I think I'm all set.
take. Okay, I will take control of your character. You go to check on Saul, and
Oh, okay.
Saul is nowhere to be found.
Oh, yikes.
He's gone. He has not left a note. He has vanished into the night for seemingly no reason, and may come back in the future depending upon what I roll off screen. So, AK, you go back to your room, rock in hand. You sit on your bed. You hold this stone. It's warm to the touch. What do you want to ask? How do you want to try to communicate?
I think I just want to tell the stone that I don't understand what words need to be spoken. What
Okay.
am I supposed to say?
Roll for me a persuasion check.
We write that down. I'm not.
Oh, here we go again with the low rolls.
13.
13 not bad. Most DCs
Agreed,
are
yeah.
like 10 to 12 in most games.
10. So in most DCs, 10 is an average difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm
This
trying to
is
get him in a good
n-
mood. Don't worry.
yeah, this is not an average thing, which is the sort of issue here.
Mhm.
As you're holding the rock and you ask it this question, it doesn't respond verbally, but the warmth in your hand seems to pulse encouragingly. You sort of feel the heat rising and falling in the stone. It acknowledges that you've spoken to it. But you don't get any direct response.
Can you tell me where the honor blade is? Can you show me?
It's a good question. Okay, hold on a second. Now I have to do research. That's a very good question. I did not expect that. Thank you for asking good questions. Can I do something cool with this? I want to do something cool with this. Let me check. Let me check have to find the character profile of a thing. Why is it not where I wanted it? Is it back here? Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm the DM. I can do what I want. Roll for me. Just roll a d20, and we're going to add 3 for your awareness to it. Oh. Okay. You're holding this stone. And you say, "Where is the honor blade? Can you show me?" And as you do, the heat from the stone sort of rises. You feel it become almost scalding to your hand, but you can't let it go. You hear a crack as you look down into this stone in your hand. You see a crack on its surface. The crack widens and widens and widens until the crack in the stone doesn't widen, but the crack seems to take up more and more of your vision as you almost seem to fall into this crevice in this rock. It goes from a crack in a rock to a crevasse the size of the one you were in on the Shattered Plains. And suddenly you find yourself falling. You land, not hard, but you do land in the middle of a field, a rocky field, because every place on this area is rocky. It isn't home. It isn't Shinovar where there's grass everywhere. There is an amount of snow on the ground, and there is when you look around, you see a sparse forest of trees around you peeking out of the rocks. There's snow on the ground. Behind you is a large stone keep. And as you're looking around, trying to figure out where you are, you hear a loud thud, and you spin. And before you is a figure about 7 or 8 feet tall. Let me find an image for you. Wearing incredibly intricate armor that looks... Let me find a good image here. This is official artwork. He is not holding this sword, but the armor does look similar to this. I will send it directly to you on Discord. The armor looks similar to this. It's not exactly the same, but it looks very similar to that. He's not holding that sword, but it looks very similar to that. The man is about 7 feet tall. He towers head and shoulders above you. The armor is glowing. It is glowing a pale blue. He appears to have landed in front of you. He is coming off from one knee and standing up. And as you look at him, you see more streaks of blue falling out of the sky and landing behind him. 10, 20, 30. More of them. You also look around in the woods and you see other figures in more armor. You do recognize this armor. This is shard plate, but it doesn't glow like that. That's not how shard plate looks. You see more people in other colors of armor. Red, blue, some green, some black. I don't know all the colors. I'll have to look that up. Some of them are stepping out of the trees. Some of them appear to materialize in thin air. The person in front of you holds his hand out to the side, and out of thin air materializes a massive shard blade. Again, it doesn't look like the one you see in that image, but it does look similar. He jams the blade into the ground and lets go of it. And as you do, you feel the rock that is still in your hand sort of tremble. As you hear some rolling thunder in the background and the vision fades away and you find yourself back in your bed. And in that same rumbling voice, the one you heard when Tazo passed away, the one that you had heard told you to say the words, you hear the words must be spoken again. The oaths must be said.
Oh.
And with
Okay,
that,
so I don't.
the crack in the rock closes and the heat sort of dissipates. And you are left on your bed with this sort of vision in your head. So that's all I have.
That's a lot.
Yep.
So I don't remember everything that Tazo said.
Okay.
This must be spoken again. And all I've said to it so far is this vow will not be broken.
What you have interpreted isn't what the rock is looking for.
Right. Do I recognize the keep?
Roll for me a lore check.
Getting worse.
No, sir. It was rock. It was square. There are a number of keeps like that. You didn't recognize this particular one, but you also didn't get a very good look at it. So it with a 10, what I'll give you is you have a feeling that what you were looking at was not modern times. That the group of people who you saw before you in their shard plate was most likely a vision of the long vanished order known as the Knights Radiant. You've heard of them, you know about them. But with a 10, I'll give you that you can ascertain that was that you were being shown something in conjunction with the Knights Radiant.
Have I asked it? Can you tell me the words that need to be spoken?
You have.
Have I asked that?
Yeah.
And it didn't tell me.
You did. Yeah, I didn't tell you. I just point out that this rustic music is awesome for this moment. I'm so glad I found this. I'm so glad I found this list.
Can I get... I need to remember everything that Tazo said to me. Is there a way to get that memory back?
Roll for me another lore check. I can give you the gist of it. Assuming you roll high. Ooh. So Tazo, as he was dying, told you that it was his job to come and locate the honor blade and to bring it back to Shinovar. He had a contact known as Liss, or Liss, Liss, I'm saying Liss, in the Shattered Plains. And he asked you to fulfill his obligation, find the honor blade and bring it back to Shinovar. He asked you to swear that you would complete his task upon the stone. And you did, AK. And as you did, you heard a very gravelly voice say that you will not break this oath, that you will keep it. That was pretty much the gist of it. You don't recall him saying anything about words or oaths other than that he is asking you to fulfill, to give an oath to fulfill his mission. He also didn't say anything about the rock other than to, swear upon it. And he gave it to you. It is now in your possession. What particularly are you trying to remember that he said? Is there anything? Because
I was just trying to figure out if I could ascertain any words, any particular statement
nothing
that the rock would be looking for.
No, nothing that Tazo said.
So I'm assuming now that the words that must be spoken again are words that I don't know yet.
That could be.
I need to find Liss.
Yes, so to go back over the list, you have Saul's vision of the sinister looking old man. You have to find Liss. You have the Herald, and you have the Honor Blade to look for. Tazo gave you the lead of Liss in the war camps for that. You have the Sinister Man that Saul saw. And now you particularly are looking for words of some old ancient oath.
Now, just for giggles, just in case it's just this simple,
Okay.
what if I...
It's not 6-7.
It's not 6-7. Okay. No, I am...
Not 42 either.
The Rock isn't a zoomer, no.
So, okay, so just one last time before I give up and go start looking for Liz.
Okay.
I want to repeat back to the stone.
Yes.
That I will complete Tazo's task and return the Honor Blade back to where it belongs. This oath will not be broken. And just say the whole thing again.
Okay. Say the whole thing. Okay. As you say this, it gives you a similar response as to the last time you said you wouldn't break the oath. It pulses, you get a sense of approval, but nothing dramatic. Okay.
Just making sure that I wasn't just saying part of it when I should have been saying all of it. All right. Well, then I need to go look for Liz.
Okay. So you head back out. I was about to make a joke about getting your rocks off, but nope. You head back to the common room. You find Jahal and Asha.
I do want to tell Ash about that whole thing that just happened.
Okay, you want to tell Ash about the whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah.
Okay. He tells you everything about this vision, the rock.
The words that he's looking for.
Yeah, he's looking for words, but he said he's looking for some sort of old oath. This again sparks a memory, that the same memory for you. But again, it's just a little too, doesn't click yet.
Okay.
But with that, you inform him that Saul is not in his room.
Yes.
And that there's no note, there's no sort of like indication of where he is. He has just vanished. He might be out in the war camp. Like he hasn't said he's gone or left or anything. He's not in his room. So I'm just as the DM, I'll tell you he's not in the war camps because Sniper has retired from the game. But as far as characters go, you have no indication of any sort of wrongdoing. There's no blood in his room or anything like that.
Gotcha.
I'll just speculate openly. I wonder where he went.
Yeah. He does have a habit of sort of slipping off by himself, so, you know.
That is true.
Well, he may pop up later.
Okay. All right. So to get this show underway, you have been informed of a full-figured, very attractive woman with dark hair meeting Shin travelers at the Red Rock Bud. So what you are looking for in regards to Liss is a rather full-figured, dark-haired, and attractive woman. As far as the Honor Blade goes, your lead is Liss. You have the vision of Saul to investigate, and you now have the vision of AK to investigate, if that is something you wish to do. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, I'd say the only real solid lead we have is the going to look for the what we presume to be Liss, aka the sexy, curvy, black-haired woman.
Kate Beckinsale, yeah.
I have an image of her mask, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So,
We
Uh-oh.
love boobies. I like this already.
okay, so you guys want to go out and see if you can't find a woman matching this description.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I want you guys to. Okay, are you going to go out together, or are you going to split up?
Stay together.
Stay together. Yeah.
Then here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll. One of you can roll for me a persuasion check with advantage in order to sort of like talk to people and see if you can't find a lead. And I want one of you to also roll for me a perception check. No advantage or disadvantage, just a straight perception check.
Okay, I'm
So-
at +4 on both of them.
Go for the persuasion. I'll go for perception.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
You.
Oh,
Oh my god.
wait, we got a 12. That's a 1 and a 2 together. That's 12.
That's yeah. Okay. All right. Let's, yeah.
Well, wait a minute. One of us was supposed to run with. One of us was supposed to roll with advantage. Which one was us?
I like this better.
Okay.
We're gonna roll with this. I like this better.
Of course you do.
This is a perfect opportunity to. You guys are getting drafted. Let me find where this is.
We're gonna wake up in the French Legion.
Yep. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Where is my? No, not that one. Wait, what's that?
Actually, one of my DMs did that to us once. We went into a tavern. And we got drugged and we woke up basically
Shanghaied?
essentially. Yeah, we were basically French Legion, but whatever
Yeah.
whatever the I think it was Sword Coast. So I can't remember which army base it was, but yeah, we basically got French Legion. It was hilarious.
That's hilarious. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. You guys are walking around. Asha, you're keeping an eye out to see if you can find a woman matching this description. And you see a number of attractive women, but you were well aware that the proprietess, I believe the Red Rockbud owner is female. I can look it up if you're very curious. Had been quite particular that this woman was rather attractive. As she had insinuated by saying that had she worked for her, she'd make a lot of money.
Mhm.
None of the women, you see a number of attractive women. None of them seem to really sort of stand out as like particularly gorgeous or anything. Zeno, you are in the process of asking people, right? So you guys move around the war camp. Asha sort of keeps an eye out with Jahal, and Zeno, you sort of go try to talk to people as you are wont to do, to be sort of the face of the party, as it's called. And as you're talking, you ask about an attractive woman. A number of men say they'd love to find one as well. A number of women, sort of scoff and say they're not in that profession. Your charm, again, pretty much only extends to Parshendi women, apparently.
Evidently.
But as you guys are walking around the camp, you see a familiar face approaching. This is Borden, the guard captain of the caravan that brought you here.
Okay, yep.
Not the useless one, the other one.
The competent one, yes.
Okay.
He is sort of kind of stalking through the marketplace when he sees you, catches your eye. And he marches over to you and kind of gathers all three of you up. And he says, I apologize for bothering you. You've been quite helpful. I have much to do, and I have received a scout report that cites some potential enemies not far from the war camp. It's unlikely it's accurate, but Ella, which is the annoying one, believes it could be a Perishendi strike force that's organizing to sort of ambush our troops. I need to send somebody out to investigate to make sure, but I can't seem to find all of my soldiers, as apparently last night was the heavy drinking night. If you'd be willing, would you go investigate this report? And in the meantime, I can get my tasks done, and I would be willing to help you with anything you might be looking for. And I'll give you 20 marks each, so 60 marks total.
I'll look at Ash and kind of raise my eyebrows up. I'd be down.
We'd be helping them, so why not?
Yeah, why not? And just to note, it might not be Perishendi. It may be those bandits we're looking for, too.
Ooh, good call.
Remember the bandits, and you have the knife with the symbol on it, too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
That the bandits had on their face. You agree to help him?
Yes.
Yes.
He thanks you profusely, and he tells you to go to Sergeant Eller's barracks and tell him that you're going to take care of him.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. All right. So you guys walk down quickly. You get to the barracks, and Eller is none too pleased to see you, as he is a little bit of a sniveling rat. He, however, does believe that Borden has assigned you to this task, and he says that when you're ready, when you're prepared, he'll lead you guys out into the Shattered Plains. So if you have anything you need to do, if you have anything you need to get, do it now. If not, let's get going.
I'm ready to go.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a map for this, or can I use an old one? I don't think I have a map for this, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to import that old one real quick.
You know, it's funny. When I was taking my notes one of those nights, I think I might have been drugged up or something.
You might have been.
Because I can tell you right now, some of this shit is not coherent.
Not there. I want to go here. Okay, so we are going to go... okay, how many... I gotta get rid of some of these, because we are down... Okay, I am not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to do this, and then I got to make this map real quick. I apologize. I should have had this prepared.
Well, you had no idea I was going to roll a nat 1 on that thing.
That's very true. You. I think that's it. Yep. I don't have any of the other ones. Okay. So I am going to get all of you here. We're going to reuse this map because it makes life easy. All right. So Eller gathers you all and he pulls you out into the Shattered Plains. You travel for a while. Eller informs you that that he believes there is a patrol of Parashendi out here and that they are kill on sight. He travels with you. And he is pretty much insufferable the whole way. I need all of you. Why are you on this page? I don't want you on this page. I want you on this page. No. As you are heading out, I need you all to roll for me a survival check. So roll for me a survival check.
I almost rolled a 1. That literally rolled last second over. Crazy. You said this. He's got his own books, right? Like actual storybooks.
Brandon Sanderson, yeah. A lot of them.
And they're all focused around this, just around.
No, only 5 of them are. Guy's written a bunch of books, and 5 of them are. He's finished the storyline of Stormlight Archive. Okay. I haven't read them all, but just for reference, this story starts halfway through the 2nd book.
Ah.
So.
Okay.
And some of the stuff that I have told you already is in the novels. So. I'm attempting to weave this into canon as much as possible because I think that's cool. Okay, so 11, 19, 9. So Jahal succeeds, you 2 fail. What does Eller do? He has no survival score, so it's just a D20. This is important. That's a D12, not a D20. Okay, wonderful. Now I know. So you guys have you went out here before to investigate the shrine. You're well aware how the plateaus of the Shattered Plains look, especially close to the war camps. Large plateaus with chasms in between. Near closer to the war camps, there are more permanent bridges that have been put in place to cross. Further out, there are a number of further out. There are no bridges out there. And people have to carry bridges which is what you had to do on your first adventure out into the shadow, out into find that shrine. Eller does not lead you out into the shattered plains. Instead, he leads you down into the chasms between. He takes you out about a plateau or two out past the war camps. And then there is a trail leading down into the chasm. As you go down, the sort of dry heat of this kind of desert area sort of becomes thick with moisture. The walls go from rock to having moss and rock buds and other sort of dense shelled plants on them. He leads you further out down there, saying that the scout report said that there was Parashendi in the chasms that he wants to investigate. You come to a sort of narrow gorge. You remember when you were chased by the chasm fiend, you found a more narrow section to get away from it. This isn't quite that narrow, but it's still narrow enough that you kind of have to go single file. But sort of in the bottom, as high storms come through, rains fall down and the rain gathers in the chasms and it becomes kind of a torrent of water. And these tighter corridors become areas where debris and bodies that have died on the shattered plains will gather. And in this particular gorge, you see this sort of narrower area. You see shattered rocks, a large sort of puddle of creme, this sort of mud-like substance that will harden into almost cement or rock over time, that comes with high storms. You see a number of bodies, both Alethi and Parashendi alike. Eller walks up to them, and I need Asha and Zeno to roll for me a perception check, please, as you walk up to this sort of narrowed gorge.
17 and 17.
Okay, let me do a thing. It's the wrong one. That's the one. Okay, I am going to pull us into this map. This is just
combat.
This is the map we had before. This is on top of a plateau, but just I was kind of wanted to give us a little bit of a more accurate map. Eller is going to go first because he's the leader. Who would like to be behind him?
Me.
Okay.
I'll take
second,
the rear.
You want to take the rear? Jahal's fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your marching order. As you are going, Eller is talking rather loudly about how they need to find the enemy. And Zeno and you, Asha, you spot hidden amongst the debris 3 Parashendi that are not dead. So we're gonna use this sort of corridor over here. So we're gonna use this area over here. No, I don't want to do that because that rock is gonna block sight. And so you're just gonna have to imagine that this is a gorge. There's one hiding on one side of it and 2 others hiding on the other side. Two of them are very large and bulky, and the other one is more slender and lithe. Forget exactly how to pronounce that word.
Lith.
Liss is that?
Yeah, Lithe.
Yeah, lithe is how Google is telling me. So, lithe, lithe, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. As long as you understand what I mean. Yep. And they're hunkered down, kind of hiding, watching you. They see you. And you see them. But are they aware that you see them? Okay. Before you get completely in range, you see them. What would you guys like to do?
A perception check to see if any of them are the ones we met before.
Okay. With a 17, do you want to roll another one, or do you want to go with 17?
I think I'll go with 17.
Okay. They look similar to the ones you have before, the one you saw before, but you are unsure if they are the exact same ones. You have not spent that much time in the company of Parascendi, and they all sort of look the same.
And they don't have markings that resemble. They don't have markings like the one on my blade.
No, none of them have anything like painted on their face, or none of that. What you can see, the bandits all had those marks on their face. Mm-hmm. Eller is talking loudly. I guess. Hold on. Let me roll for him as well. Does he see them? Eller is so full of himself, he doesn't see them. Eller just keeps walking, even though you guys have stopped. And are like kind of like looking. He's just like, I've got so much work to do. I can't believe nobody. Oh my God, I got so many worthless soldiers under my command.
Do we stop him?
Yeah, I was going to say we need to tell him to stop and shut up.
So this isn't to scale here. I would say that between you guys and where the chasm goes, there's probably like 100 feet, and he's maybe like 10, 15 feet ahead of you. So you call out for him to halt.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's saying it? Both of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of you can roll either a persuasion or leadership check with advantage, or you both can roll a persuasion or leadership check by yourself.
I'm +4 persuasion, +3 leadership. What do you think?
Do advantage.
Advantage with persuasion?
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, do whatever one you want to roll, you go with persuasion or go with advantage.
14. Okay, this guy doesn't like you. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, he turns around to face you, and turns his back towards the enemy that is behind him, and says, "What am I stopping for?"
Well, we just point out beyond him enemies. Or no, Parascendi.
Well, he considers them enemies anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not calling them enemies yet.
Well, we didn't have a bad encounter with them. They let us go. They usually kill our kind, though. So
yeah. So he looks at you and then looks back, and he looks at the pile, and you see him go stiff as he like stumbles back a little bit. And this is when they come out, step up above the pile, and they draw their weapons on you, and he draws his weapon as he sort of like stumbles back towards the group. And then a little further, he draws his weapon. Attack! He orders.
They haven't attacked us. Why should we attack them?
Yeah, what I'd like to do is...
They're enemies.
Okay.
I said attack them.
Hold on, Eller.
Roll a persuasion check on the hold on. This guy's a dick.
Makes me kind of want to knock him out a little bit. Of course.
Of course.
Your Riz only works on Parascendi. I will not. They're enemies. Attack them now.
Yeah, I was hoping to.
We're not your soldiers. You can't tell me what to do.
He's gonna walk back to you, Asha, pretending he's gonna like talk to you, but really he's trying to get further away from the enemy. I am your commanding officer. Attack them, and I'll stand here.
Do I need to be within a certain distance to use get 'em talking?
Pull it up and look. It should say it on there.
It doesn't. It's just spend one focus to make it.
Against the spirit of a character you can influence. On success, you learn the target's motivation for being at the scene. Until the end of the scene, you make a test to leverage this motive against the target. You can raise the stakes. As long as you can see them and influence them, you can make a deduction test.
I can definitely see them.
Yes. So you can do it. The two on the flanks are the larger ones. The one in the center is the more lithe one. That looks more like the one you tried to you rizzed up earlier in the campaign.
Yeah, I want to find out why they're here. I mean, if they're here just to fight, then that's one thing. But if they're not, then maybe we don't have to do this.
Okay. So I have no idea how to do that. Which one are you targeting? You have the two bigger ones and the more lithe one in the middle.
The more lithe one.
Okay, so click on her and hit T.
Click on her and hit T.
So you target her. And then open up and use your get 'em talking skill, and we'll see if that works. If not, we'll do a deduction roll.
Okay. How do I use that? Oh wait, I know. Hold
Click on the image.
I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not an idiot. I just clicking. Yeah, I click on the image and it doesn't do anything.
Okay, are you in the talent tree or are yeah?
I'm in the talent tree. I need to action. There we go. Actions. Get 'em talking. Consume one focus. Continue.
Yes.
And then just roll it.
Yeah.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
19 against her spiritual defense? You nuke that chick. Okay, so you...
The Rizzler strikes again.
Yeah. I'm going to give you like I'm going to have to give you a negative bonus to Parascendi to keep you from learning everything. So I'm not going to play this as if you talk to them, because this is not exactly, you're not exactly like in speaking terms at the moment. But what I am going to say is you like look at the way they're standing. As you were approaching, you looked at how they were kind of fanned out. And you realize that they're here looking for something. They're not carrying like what you would assume would be like full battle gear. Like they only have like one weapon. They don't have backup weapons. None of them are carrying a bow. You can, as you look around at the pile of debris and bodies there, you can tell that it's kind of been like moved around, and you get the sense that they're here looking for something as opposed to trying to like start combat. So their motivation for being here is because they're looking for something.
Okay.
What they're looking for you would need to like engage in conversation and ask them. But with that roll, you're gonna know if they're lying, unless they roll higher than that in like lying, in like, you know, deception. I'm gonna use that roll for sort of like your insight roll in regards to this motivation that they have if you ask. So
Go for it.
Okay.
You're the chatter of the group. Go for it.
All right, let's make sure that nobody dies unnecessarily here. What is your purpose for being this close to the war camp?
Okay, so I want to point out you are about 100 feet away from them. So you're gonna like yell at them, or are you gonna approach them?
Move forward.
I'm gonna approach. Yeah.
Okay. Are you approaching by yourself?
No, I'll approach with them. Maybe leave Jahal back with
Okay.
Captain Nosebleed that needs to get popped.
Okay,
in the
so
face.
Jahal will stay here. Jahal is gonna. Eller is still like trying to get you guys to attack. Jahal is gonna kind of go corral him.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Okay. You guys approach about 50 feet up. Can I assume you've got kind of your hands out in like the I'm not carrying any weapons? Okay. They do not approach you, and they do not directly attack you, but they are holding weapons.
Okay.
Just
Can I like be sort of like playing with my dog?
Oh yeah, you wanna play with your little axe hound pup? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Just kind of like, you know, being kind of like, you know, submissive,
Casual,
if you will, not very
just
aggressive looking.
Super cash about it. Yeah, you see my cute puppy, hot Parashendi woman? Yeah, I got you. I know what's going on. All right. AK, what would you like, or Zeno? You would like to speak with them?
Yes, and say what I just said.
Okay. What did you just say? Because I missed it.
I said, let's make sure nobody dies unnecessarily here. What is your purpose for being this close to a war camp?
Roll a persuasion check. With advantage because Mask is being charming with his puppy.
Plus he's the Rizzler. I mean, Jesus.
Not very high. Not very high.
Maybe the puppy's too cute. I'm sorry.
She steps a little bit forward from the other two, still holding her weapon. And in sort of broken Alethi, which is the language you're speaking. She says, "These are our lands. I need no permission to go where I wish."
True. You don't need permission, but to save us some conflict, maybe we're not all here to fight. I'll tell you this. We're here to investigate a presence near the war camp. That is all.
Roll another persuasion check. No advantage this time. So having Mask help you made it worse. Okay, he has to do this all on his own with the Parascendi.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. You see her arm, like she's holding her weapon, but her arm kind of loosens a little bit. And she says, you found it. What do you want out here?
We're here to find out. You've done nothing to us. We just want to make sure your intent is not to do anything to us. If you're just out here to be out here, then we have no need to worry about you.
We are at war. I should
With
kill
us?
you. With all of your kind.
Are you sure? Because my kind is not a Lethe.
You are here, you are an enemy.
I'm not your enemy unless you make me one.
Roll another persuasion check.
My luck's going to run out on this. Yeah.
11. Hold on a second. Figure this out. What is that's awareness? Okay. I'm gonna give you a chance. Okay. What about him? She points back to Eller behind the rock, who is still telling you to attack her. Are you not going to follow your commander?
I'm going to step forward just a little closer to her and in a lower voice say, he's an idiot.
The moment you step forward, the two larger ones grip their weapons and like run up to flank her.
It's okay. And I'm going to say in a lower tone of voice, I'm going to say he's an idiot.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Baka, baka.
Ooh, boy.
Right.
What is her... Okay.
Would that be like the cognitive defense, essentially?
Yep. That's what I was looking up, what her cognitive defense was.
Yeah, I'm just me.
I'm not feeling like that skill has done me any good at this point.
What, persuasion?
No, the get him talking thing.
Get him talking thing. Yeah.
Well, so...
Or did I misuse it?
You kind of misused it. You learned that they're here looking for something and that they're not here for combat purposes. As a DM, you sort of just kind of came up and said, "Hey, why are you here?" Which you sort of already knew. It would have probably been more efficient to go up and say, "Hey, it's clear you're looking for something."
Okay.
just use the information you have gathered to be more persuasive.
Gotcha. Okay.
At this point in time, so that 13 is a fail. At this point in time, they're going to grip their weapons tighter and they're going to say, "You will leave now."
Well, we can't really do that because we haven't determined whether you're here to harm us or not.
If you don't leave, we will be.
Well, then we're at a standoff. Look,
Then
it's clear. Can I turn this around now and use what I just learned, or is that metagaming?
You can turn it around and try.
Okay. Look, it's clear you're here looking for something. I'm actually looking for something too. Maybe we can point each other in the right direction and go about our separate ways.
Okay.
With no bloodshed.
I will give you one last persuasion attempt to use the skill you have. No disadvantage, no advantage, just a straight persuasion roll.
And here comes a nat 1.
Not quite.
13.
Pretty much. Yeah.
13's not going to do it.
Okay, well, then the next move is theirs, I guess.
Then what she is going to say is she is now looking for blood.
Well, then blood you will find.
Get some music going. I put you all into combat. Let me begin the encounter. Oh, wait. Well, okay. With this, they grip their weapons, ready them. I'm going to put that you guys are... So, you're about 20... AK and Mask are about 20, 30-ish feet from the... Actually, we can do this way then. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put these guys back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You two are about this far away. But these two are about 90 feet away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 50. They're further than that. So these two are about 90 feet away from you. So you are essentially kind of in combat by yourselves.
So banter is allowed, right?
Banter is a free action. But
okay.
For right now, we're going to determine combat order. So do you want to go slow or fast? These guys are all going to go fast. You want to go slow, Mass? Or why is it? Oh, I have to change it every scene. I forgot. AK update token. Take you out of combat and put you into combat. Okay. You want to go slow, AK.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jahal wants to go fast as he wants to catch up to you guys, and Eller is going to go slow because he is Eller.
What's he?
Mask, fast or slow?
I'm gonna go slow.
Okay. So with this, we are going to break into a fight. Jahal is going to take 30 feet of his movement and get... I said this is about 90 feet, so he's going to get about a third of the way to them, so about there. That's not to scale, by the way. I don't think he can... Oh, that's a wonderful loophole. I'll have to remember that. I can't do that now, but... He will enter vigilance stance. And that's all he can do on his turn. That is going to lead us to this girl who has 2 moves. She is going to focus heavily on you, AK, because you have offended her.
Okay.
That is active now, and that's her entire turn. "25 feet. Wonderful. Okay. This one here is going to target you as well, AK, since you were the big talker. And he is going to hit you for 4 damage, which is 1 deflected by 1 due to your armor. He's not going to move. He's just going to stay there, and they're going to try to pepper you with arrows. I'm going to pop this out to make my life easier. That is then going to lead us to the other one's turn, who is going to do the same thing. Ooh, that was close. And he is going to do 6 damage to you. So you now have 2 arrows into you, Xeno. You have taken a large amount of damage, and you guys see 2 arrows, one sticking out of Xeno's shoulder and the other out of his thigh. Which is going to lead us to your turn, AK. AK, what would you like to do?
Start with some banter, and tell her your bloodlust is surprising. The Parashendi we met before were much more reasonable. And then I'm going to...
Okay.
That's what?
Are you trying to do something with the banter, or?
Yeah, just letting her know we've encountered Parashendi before and didn't have to fight.
Okay,
so I'm just letting her know.
Are you trying to get her to stand down?
I'm kind of trying to plant the seeds of it before we get too far into this, but I am gonna launch an arrow at her. So.
Well, so
that's gonna erase the whole.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
So there is this. There is the action of use a skill, which takes 1 of your 3 action points, which is you can try to do a persuasion check if you want.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so roll for me a persuasion check and see if you can persuade her that you have spoken to other Parashendi and that they were in fact reasonable. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Kneel before Zod.
Why do you? How do you do this?
So is this at the actual same female from before?
Okay, so it is not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said that earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is not. Oh god, why do you wait till you're fighting them to do this to me, Xeno? So you see them almost taken aback by the fact that you have met Parashendi before, and their weapons lower for an instant, and they look at you like you have 2 arrows in you now, and you're still trying to talk to them. Who did you meet? The woman asks you. I did give you her name.
1 second.
Time's ticking. Combat's going.
Vexla.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Hold on a second.
Thank you, Ash.
Let me.
Now I remember.
Let me double check. Okay, hold on. I am on the wrong page here. I am annoyed. Okay, here we are. All right, let me open this up. Yeah, you got it right. That was a very timely nat 20. I wanted combat. Okay.
I wanted blood.
I wanted blood.
Oh god.
That,
I mean, you kind of got blood. He's bleeding, right?
Yeah, you got blood.
that was you.
That was.
She spoke of meeting strangers. Natural 20 with the opportunity is going to diffuse combat. Combat encounter is over. They lower their weapons. And she steps forward looking at you. You truly mean us no harm.
Truly.
Then again, I ask you to go. We are not here for blood, despite your current state. We will find what we need to find, and we will leave. Eller catches up and says, "Why have you stopped?"
Because they're not here to fight, Eller. Stand down.
You have arrows in you.
I've been arrowed before.
Some people pay a lot of money for that. Anyways,
fucking Chad face right there. I've got arrowed before.
I used to hit on Parashendi, and then I took an arrow in the knee. Anyways, Jahal is going to grab Eller and like drag him back. And like cover his mouth, and Eller is going to just go crazy, which is then going to make me roll a grapple check. Where is that? I'm gonna roll that just for funsies. 14. Yeah, he's grappled. So Jahal grabs this guy and drags him back and says, "Don't mind us."
We help
Go ahead,
you
AK.
find what you're looking for.
Yeah, we will leave, but before we do, we might be able to help each other. What is it you're looking for? Maybe we've seen it, maybe we know something about it.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. They trust you now. Well, trust is a strong word, but they don't think you're here to fight.
Roll again, because you said advantage.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Roll a second. Yep.
Just roll a second one.
God damn it.
Only when it really matters.
It is nothing of import to anyone but me.
Okay. Then one last thing. Vexla and I exchanged names. My name is Zeno Sevastopol. What's yours?
Kalanai.
Good to meet you. Boys, I think we need to be on our way. Oh, yeah.
She gives no further response.
Okay.
If you are writing this down, Kalanai is spelled Calinai.
Again, please. Sorry.
Calinai.
That was close. All right. She's a warrior, I would assume, as well.
She is a Parashendi warrior. If you're adding things down, she is not. She's a more lithe one. She looks like Saul did before he went through the high storm.
Oh, so was it the speed form or whatever?
Nimble form, it's called in game, but your character wouldn't know that. Just so you're aware that your character isn't aware that they can change form. Your character is just aware that they sometimes have different forms. Yeah. That some of them look different.
Okay.
So you guys are just gonna leave?
Yeah, I would say we've probably pushed our luck a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to point out that two things. The role you had for Get Him Talking tells you that she is being honest about just looking for something, and that it is of no import to anyone but her. So that, just so you're aware, as your character is aware that she is being upfront and honest about that.
Okay.
So you are choosing to leave.
Yes.
Yes.
Should we turn our backs or should we back away? That's the real question.
Kind of like to get the arrows out of me before we move on, but okay.
I mean, we can tend to you as we're walking away, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
How many hit points did he take on that?
He took like half his health. He lost 9 hit points.
I mean, that's crazy. Like, that makes me think of the movie Forbidden Kingdom when the dude gets shot in the neck with an arrow and he still fights. And I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. So you guys are going to leave, head back to the war camps?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, are we going to head back to the war camps, or are we going to... Is this the only thing we're looking for out here?
Well, we came out here to investigate whether or not they were going to be banding to attack us or whatever.
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, yeah, we can withdraw back to the war camps.
Okay. Okay. So you go back to the war camps. Jahal drags Eller the whole way. About half the way back. On this one. Okay. Just to make this easy for myself, I am going to delete these because we're not going to need them anymore. Wait, did I do an oopsie? No, I don't want those. I want things, wait. Oh no, these are, okay, I need those. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, so about halfway back, Eller, realizes he's not going to get his way. And he's let go, and he pretty much starts yelling that he's going to have you all executed by the time you get back. He gave you orders. You are soldiers. Or at least he views you as soldiers, and he's gonna do everything in his power to see that you are hung by a gibbet.
Well, we'll see what Borden has to say about that.
Okay. We will. And then he starts marching back towards the camp. You all follow him back?
Yep.
Okay. It takes the same amount of time to get back as it did to get there. So it is getting closer to sort of midday. You weren't super far away from the war camps. By the time you get back, you are marched directly to Borden, who is in a sort of like, these are sort of the command tents here, I guess. March directly to Borden. Eller explains what happened, that you encountered Parascendi enemies, he ordered you to attack, and you didn't. Borden then turns to you and asks you to explain yourselves.
Do I still have arrows in me?
No, I would assume you took them out and bandaged your wounds on the way back, unless you wanted to leave them in.
No. That's fine.
I would assume you, you're still wounded, but yeah.
Okay. Well, Borden, there were Parascendi out there, 3 of them, but they weren't out for blood. They weren't coming to attack the war camp. They were looking for something that one of them had lost. They stopped the attack when they realized we weren't there to fight either. They're not here to make war.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. He trusts you. You've shown that you're trustworthy, so I'm going to give you advantage on that.
Oh, that never goes well. Here we go.
He's not Parascendi, so. Ooh. You are sure of this?
Quite certain.
I'll deal with them, Ella.
Thank you.
And Eller is... Let me... For funsies. Eller kind of looks satisfied. Like, yeah, you're going to get dealt with. And then he exits the tent, or the barrack room. And Borden kind of like sighs. The longer this war goes on, the more I regret this. Don't. Eller is a good soldier despite what you might see. I'm glad that you could resolve the issue without bloodshed.
Not much
if you
anyway.
Well, less bloodshed than there might have been.
Agreed.
Do you know what they were looking for?
I do not, but the item they were looking for seemed only important to one member of their group. Seemed like she was out there looking for something, and the other 2 were just making sure she was all right. That's the impression that I got.
Very well. I will follow up with other scouts to see if this leads to ruin, but for right now, I think we should be fine. I appreciate you handling this. I believe I promised you 60 marks. So you each can add 20 marks to your total if you wish. He pays you. I got the impression that you were looking for something in the camps here.
Yes, I'm looking for a woman, a full-figured woman, very attractive, named Liss.
Yes. I am not familiar with the person you speak, but I will make some inquiries. Come back this evening.
Thank you. We will do that.
Thank you again. For the sake of expedience, I don't really have anything planned for the intermediate. I'm just trying to give him some time to actually do some inquiries. You go back to the Ornery Chull, which case you can take a short rest if you wish.
Okay.
As it would be probably about 3-4 hours. Basically, you can roll a D4 and recover that much health. Xeno, if you wish. Ooh, 4. Big heal. Okay, so you're at 11, so 15. That's nice. That's good. All right, so you rest, have a beer or two. You feel your wounds sort of heal up. The alcohol gives you a little bit of a boost. You go back to speak to Borden. And he says, I have information. I'm not quite sure if it's the woman you speak of, but one of my soldiers has been quite smitten with a baker who matches the description you speak of. She has a bakery. Is there a name for it? Yes. She has a bakery in the outer market called the Creme Oven. You can go see if that is who you're looking for, but a full-figured, attractive woman, like I said, he's been quite smitten. He buys his bread there every day. So.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And with that, you are free to go there for the evening or do as you wish.
Is there anything Ash needs to do?
Ash, anything you need to do?
Nope. Let's go to the bakery.
How's that puppy working out?
He's eating everything in sight.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Good boy.
boy.
My dog's over there looking at me like, what?
Yeah, me? Me? You talking about me? Okay.
No mouse, go away.
We are going to... So you head towards the outer market of the Colin War Camp. It's sort of on the border between one war camp and the other. It's kind of the place where the two sort of mingle, right? You ask directions. A number of people tell you how to get there. You know where you're going. They're happy to help. And as you're walking, the buildings become a little bit more run down, right? This isn't the center of the war camp. This is kind of the outskirts. And you approach sort of a dilapidated kind of stone building. It kind of looks like there's still some wet creme that's been used to patch some sort of cracks in the side of the building. There's a large chimney that bellows thick smoke out of the top. It's kind of leaned over. And there's windows inside, and there's a warm glow of firelight from in there, the sort of flickering light of fire. This is not spheres. This is stormlight light, which is steady. This is fire. As you walk in, let me find the image. I need to open this. And that. Is this... Let me find Liss for you. Because there is an image in the book, and... there you are. What you see is this woman behind the counter. Dark-haired, full figure, watching you with a rather keen eye. She wears a black dress, emerald jewelry, and fashionable but practical boots. She is gripping a bread knife and cutting a loaf. As you step in, she looks up at you. So you finally came for me. Speak carefully, whoever you are, or I'll show you how well I use a knife.
Came for you? We've come to talk to you.
You've been looking for me for days.
Oh, I see. I see. My name is Zeno. I assume you're Liss?
You would assume correct.
A mutual friend of ours named you as a possible ally in a quest that I'm on. That friend's name was Tazo.
I'm aware. Why is he not with you?
Unfortunately, he is not with us anymore. In his quest to retrieve the Honor Blade, he was killed by bandits. He asked me to continue his quest, primarily because I was looking for the Honor Blade too, to return it to where it belongs. But he asked me to continue his quest, and as he died, he gave me this stone, and I pulled out the stone, and I swore an oath to finish what he started, and he named you as a possible ally in completing that task.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. I don't know why I asked. She's not Parashendi.
Yeah, this is not going to go well. Here we go.
Jesus.
16. Nice. She sets the knife down. And she doesn't say anything, but she motions for you to follow. As she heads towards a sort of small door on the back wall and opens it up and steps into a back room.
Before we go,
Yes.
may I buy some bread from you? I am awfully hungry. I've been bleeding for a while.
She gestures to the loaf she was cutting and just says, grab a slice.
Okay, thank you.
I've been bleeding for a while.
I have, man. I'm sure I'm just like
Oh my god.
Not all there.
Running on beer and bread. I love it.
Crazy.
So you walk. I assume you walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bread in hand. It's good bread. You walk into the back room. She shuts the door. And I want to point out a couple of things. Not only is this woman relatively attractive, she is supremely confident. Not very many women would feel comfortable in an enclosed space with 3 soldiers. She does not seem to have any issue with this. As the door closes, she turns to you and she says, I'm sorry to hear about Tazo's death. He and him have always been kind towards me, and I have known them to be decent people. I had been hired to keep an eye on the coming and goings of people here. And when I heard whispers that they were bringing a madman here who raved about being a herald and that he was found with a shard blade, I sent word. I received a missive saying that they would come and inspect it. Or come and, inspect the veracity of these claims. But I have not heard word till now. Since you are taking up the mantle, I guess that means I am working for you at the moment. However, much past this point, you'll need to pay for much more services. However, the madman, or herald, as apparently Tazo and you believe, is housed in the temple complex in the war camp. I would assume his blade is housed in the same location.
Well, there's the rub, is that Tazo believed that the group of bandits that killed him made off with the blade. They still believe that blade is in the wagon, or was in the wagon when they brought it here, and we saw a blade. Tazo believed that the bandits made off with it, though. So I'm not sure what it is they have in the temple, whether it's real or not.
Then the only thing to do would be to talk to the madman. If he is a herald, honor blades would be much like shard blades. He would have some connection to it. He might be able to tell you if it is in the temple or if it isn't.
Okay.
My advice would be to try to speak to him. However, that will be difficult.
Yeah.
He is housed inside the temple complex. She walks over, and there's a small cabinet in this room, and she pulls out a map of the war camp, not dissimilar to the one you're sitting on here. She indicates that this is the temple complex, which you do know, as you have asked people about that before.
Mm-hmm.
She then pulls up this one? Is this one? She then pulls out a map that you have not seen before. Need to put you guys here. Oh, this map is huge. I love that. You're probably going to have to zoom out. She then pulls out a map. It's not. It's more of a drawing than it is a detailed map like this. But this is what it looks roughly. I have gathered a little bit of information for my employers. The entrance is here. The square on the wall to the left. Further to the left, Mask.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, AK, can you see it?
That little square, yeah.
Yep. This is the entrance. That is the only way in to the walls. The large circular. We'll assume that this is. Well, the way. Okay, wait. How is it situated on the big map? That makes sense. Mains would be to the east, so that would be north. Okay. The way this is situated, the square that I've been pinging is to the north. So this way over here is to the north.
Okay.
The large circular building to the northeast, on the northeast corner, is the temple proper. This is where the prayers happen. That is where all the rituals take place. The large area in the middle is a training complex. It is where Ardents, which is the priesthood, hold service to help people with their callings, which you know is sort of what they devote their what people devote their lives to. Nobility, especially, try to follow their calling. It's where they train themselves and others. They offer advice, store records of that sort. The square building on the eastern section of the wall is the housing complex. That is where the Ardents sleep. The two buildings on the southwestern corner are storage facilities. Food, clothing, water, things of that nature are stored in those two buildings. The last building is the monastery. That is where your herald will be kept. He will not be the only one there. Many, how should I say, insane people are kept locked up in cells there, as well as the people who care for them. There's a kitchen there to feed them. There are some prayer rooms there. I am unsure. I am not allowed within the complex. Few are, without permission, and I have not received it. This is what I have gathered. You will, if you wish to speak to this herald, you will need to find a way past the guards. You will need to find a way to move through the facility unseen. You will need to find out which cell he is in so that you can go talk to him. And it would be best if you could find a key to get yourself into the cell. as leaving a cell door opened might alert patrols in the area. That should buy you time enough to speak with him proper. If you'd like my advice, you'll need to find some permission to get through the gate. You will then need to sneak your way into the storage facility, where you could most likely steal some form of robes, get you through the halls to go unseen. You will probably then have to work your way into the temple complex to find records, the temple or the training complex, in order to find records of where this madman is held, and the key to his cell would be somewhere in the housing or monastery. It will not be easy. But if you wish to do a clandestine meeting, if you wish to not involve others, that is how you will have to do it.
Thank you very much for all that information.
I would also like to point out that he is a madman, and every time you've heard him speak, he's only ever said one thing.
I think I wrote that down at some point.
You did. Do you...
Well, go ahead.
Do you want to tell her that you've heard him, you've encountered this man, and that he pretty much doesn't say anything other than, you know?
Yeah.
That will complicate matters. I don't know how we're going to... If he's a babbling mess, I don't know how he's going to point us in the right direction if he is a herald, and if he does know where the blade is. Don't know how... AK, roll for me a perception check, please. I don't know how we're going to...
Oh.
7?
That was almost a 19.
I don't know how we're going to get any information out of him. It is at this point that the pocket of one of your coats begins to move.
That's what I was thinking.
AK.
Yep, it's my rock.
And
like a rock.
It begins to move, and it's surprisingly agitated, and you hear sort of a muffled sound coming from your pocket. Would you like to remove your stone?
I would. And as I do, I'll tell her this is the stone that Tazo gave me.
Okay, so as you reach into your pocket, you do not find a stone.
What?
You find this. You reach into your pocket and you feel some gravel, and your hand wraps around a stone figure. I assume both of you saw it.
Yes.
And you hold it in your hand, looking confused, and then the head turns to look at you, AK. And the figure speaks. It speaks in a voice like gravel being churned. I am Oahu. Take me to the Herald. I will help. And this is the same voice that has been telling you to speak the words, by the way.
And the words are probably the things that the Herald's been saying. Well, we seem to have the Herald, speaking to the Herald covered, Liss.
It is at this point in time that Liss says, what the hell is that?
And I'll explain to her that this is the stone that Tazo gave me, but until now it has just been a stone. It has not been this figure. This just happened.
I am no stone.
Clearly.
I'm Oahu. I am a peak spread. And Tazo was
A what
mine.
spread?
A peak spread. Peakspreen. Peak spread.
Could you spell his name?
I mean, yeah, can you spell that name?
Okay.
Oahu?
It's a her.
Her, okay.
And this is P-O apostrophe A-H-U.
Oahu.
Oahu. That's how
Wow.
I'm pronouncing it. I am a peak spread. Tazo was mine, and I was his. He would have made a fine Stone's Ward.
Well, it's good to meet you, finally.
You said you would keep your oath.
I will.
She nods. Any questions? Anything you'd like to ask or say now?
Yes, actually, I would like to, number one, I'm going to look at Liz and say, how much are you owed in compensation at this point?
I'm paid up until the end of this mission, but I'm not going.
Understood. Well, let me know if and when more is needed. You are clearly indispensable.
Thank you. You're not so bad yourself.
Ash, I think we need to regroup back at the tavern or back at the inn and come up with a plan.
When you find a way into the temple complex, come let me.
I have an idea. Just don't know if it's a good idea.
Okay, so you leave with your peak spren in hand. You're going to head back to the ornery Chull, I would assume?
Because I need a long rest.
Okay. So you guys leave. You head back toward the ornery Chull. As you are leaving, you make your way out of the creme oven. You start walking a little ways away towards the ornery chill. You're kind of walking, so the marketplace is down, kind of down to the, so this way is east, so it's kind of down towards the southwest. You get a couple streets away before you hear, "Oi!" And as you turn to look, you see a soldier walking through the alleyway towards you. Despite him wearing a well-maintained and manicured uniform, he has kind of a wild look in his eyes. He's flanked by 2 armed men. Each of them are wearing forest green and burgundy, which are colors you do not recognize, but you see a couple of glyph pairs, and one of them is the glyph pair of Sidious, which is the war camp that you fought the soldiers in.
Are these the same dumbasses?
They do not look familiar to you.
Okay.
He walks up. Seems like you've been building quite the reputation for yourself around here. You want to tell us what's really going on, or do you want to skip straight to the fun part? With that, he draws his sword, and the other 2 follow his lead. So you are now confronted by 3 soldiers, all of whom are now holding weapons and demanding that you explain yourself. Which I'm going to change the music because this is a little bit too festive for this. I want that going, and I need to have, what do I have here? I need 2 guards. And 1 of you. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. You. There we go.
Are you waiting for a response from us?
No, I'm getting everything set up. So he has said that it seems like you guys are building quite a reputation for yourselves. You want to tell us what you're really doing? Or do you just want to skip to the fun part?
Calm down, boys. We're not up to anything.
All right. So let me put you, you're talking. Like you guys up. Put the puppy out of harm's way.
Please.
And these soldiers do not belong in this camp, is that right?
No, they are not. They are wearing the colors of Sidious. They are kind of. This is kind of like a border area.
So we're outside the wall.
No, you're inside the wall, but this is sort of like. So, the way the war camps work is they have an outer wall that kind of surrounds all of them, but there isn't really any inner wall between them, so far as I understand the way they work. Let me pull up a picture here. So I can get a decent idea. Oh, I guess they do have walls. Why is that such a small image? I wanted a better one. Well, that's a very cool image. Okay, so this is a pretty decent image looking at them. I'll send this to the D&D group chat. Looks like this. So that would be the line of war camps. They have sort of these walls in between, but they have corridors where people can pass between them. And you get sort of this kind of intermixing area on the edges of each wall where, you know, people will come and they'll drink and they'll gamble. Whereas as they'll be sort of on the edge of that war camp as opposed to in the center. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There are also paths outside of the walls, but they're sort of like these are basically little cities. And you are kind of in the outer market of the Colin war camp. And this is where other war camp people would come and mingle and, you know, either buy things they can only get from this area or something like that. So it is not unusual for Siddeus's soldiers to be in this area. However, you would be aware that they don't have any direct authority here. However, you would also be aware that you have brawled with Siddeus's guards in Siddeus's war camp. So, you know, that's something to think about. As you've told them to stand down, the leader sort of like waves his sword around, and you see him get like this sort of like bloodthirsty grin on his face, and he says, "So it's the fun part we're gonna do."
What is it you think we're up to? Make your accusation.
You know, I don't really care. You're going to come with us.
We are
we're going
not.
to make you come with us.
You are not.
Where are you taking us?
High Marshal Amaram wants to speak with you. You would recognize that High Marshal Amaram, or Aram, something like that. It's Amaram. Amaram, something like that. Is a High Marshal, High Prince under High Lord Siddeus.
Can we request that Bright Eyes Alea Martel be present in our behalf?
You can request whatever you want. It's going to be up to him.
I would look at AK and nod like in a gesture that we should go with them to defuse the situation.
All right, lead the way.
He looks very disappointed. Very disappointed. He wanted to fight you. Well, that's... Okay, now I get to roleplay, because that's not in the book. Love it when people do. I love it when people do stuff that is... I have not... Okay, well, that's fine. I love it. I love it. Okay. You guys follow him. Let me read through this real quick just so I have proper motivation. Okay. He leads you into Siddius's war camp. He kind of taunts you the whole way. He really wanted to fight. But you have complied, which then leads me to, he leads you into Siddius's war camp, and he leads you, so you know how there's kind of a complex here, a big sort of castle. Yep. There's one of those in Siddius's war camp as well. He takes you there. You are walked in, and it's not this one. He leads you through the temple, or through the castle, and he leads you into a sort of nobleman's chamber. Seated at a desk is this man.
Damn. It's a Dark Souls sword.
That is a shard blade, by the way.
Hmm. But not the one I'm looking for.
No, that's no.
Okay.
That you don't know what the honor blade looks like, but that isn't the one you saw in the wagon. And
Gotcha.
You are fully aware that, for those of you who have any experience with Alethi, which I think is all of you, you are aware that High Marshal Amaram is a shard bearer, so he has a shard blade.
Okay.
So you are brought into this sort of office area, and it's relative, despite the Siddius war camp being a little bit disorganized and a little bit kind of shady, his office is fairly organized. There are maps on the wall, there are papers on the desk. As you walk in, he looks up, and he gets a sort of like utilitarian smile on his face. I need both Zeno and Asher to roll me a lore check real quick.
Okay, we know what he looks like. Hit this lore check. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Ash, you are a little bit more familiar with Amaram for the simple reason that you know he won his shard blade in your home capital, or your home country. He won it in a fight on the Vendon front.
Okay.
You are well aware that he has a very sterling reputation. This man is considered to be exceptionally honorable and magnanimous. He is considered to be a man of pure honor. He is a war hero. And everything you have ever heard about him is positive. You have never heard anything negative about this man.
Okay. Is there like a procedural, like ritual, like bow or something to someone who's of his status that I would know?
I would assume you'd give it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you as you walk in, you give him, the proper greeting, which he nods and returns something that is appropriate. He then asks you in sort of this sort of utilitarian voice. We're not going to have any problems, are we? He kind of gestures to your weapons. Oh, very well.
Of course.
He looks past you at the guards. You may leave. And they leave. So you are now left alone with this man. He stands up from his desk and walks around to be in front of his desk, and he kind of leans back and sits against it. I need the character. Do I have him? I do. Right there. Wonderful. He looks over the three of you. He said, I've heard a number of stories about 3 people with a parishman running all over multiple war camps. Searching for someone or something. I've also heard of brawls with guards. Is that you?
Yes, that was us.
I told Sidious he needed to train his guards better. I appreciate your honesty.
May I interject a little, sir?
Speak freely.
We came out of a establishment and we were searching for my friend's belonging that had been dropped, and your men decided to attack us. We tried to be reasonable and talk our way out of it, and they still instigated, and then we even tried to keep it to a simple brawl, but then they pulled weapons. And that's when things went wrong, and we tried to get away.
Roll a persuasion check. First, they were not my soldiers. Sidious has many high princes among his ranks. Not all of them belong to me.
Fair.
However,
The men in question.
However, I have known many of his men to be a little, we'll say, overzealous with their tactics. That being said, I would advise you to not brawl with guards. Why are you here? Not in the building I had you brought here. Why are you in the war camps, if I may ask?
We originally came to escort the Bright Eyes Alea Martel on her mission.
Oh, one moment. He goes around his desk and pulls out a little bit of paperwork, and he looks through it and goes, I recognize that name, yes. Go on.
She had a mission or a quest of sorts to go to one of the chasms. We were looking for, I forgot what it was. Shit. One.
A shrine.
Shrine, thank you.
Yep.
We were looking for a shrine that she was supposed to learn more about. And we got attacked by a chasm fiend, in which, in our escape, came across a Shin man, and through voyage came to the camps.
You came across this man here. He points to Zeno. You came across a Shin man.
Another man. His name was Tazo.
And can he confirm your story?
Unfortunately, he met his end when we were attacked by bandits at the what's the wall's name again? God damn it.
I remember. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I know what you're talking. He would recognize the name.
Yeah, okay.
Fortunately, I do have a report of some lost equipment from a one Elia Martell on an expedition. If she can confirm your story, I don't see an issue. Let me ask another question then. Why have you stayed?
We all have our own reasons. Myself, I am seeking knowledge on the Sons of Honor. And then I would hold up the scrap of fabric with the runes on it.
The moment you mention the Sons of Honor, he pushes himself off the desk and stands up. And he walks over and he takes the piece of paper from your hands and looks over it. You are seeking the Sons of Honor, are you?
Yes.
For what purpose?
My family owned a trading mart, if you will, in, I don't remember what the region was that we agreed to.
Yeah.
In which my family was murdered, and I believe my brother was taken. And this was all that I have found of the wreckage.
I see. So, vengeance.
Answers.
Answer.
Why?
And
Who?
your other two friends?
I cannot speak for them. I will let them speak for themselves.
Fair enough. You, sir, Shin Man, that be you, Zeno. Why are you here?
Well, my name is Zeno, son of Sevastopol. And my continued presence here is no more complicated than during our quest to escort the Bright Eyes, I've become quite fond of the people I've met, including Asha. I see no reason to go any further.
Roll a deception check. With disadvantage.
Deception check with disadvantage.
Well. I see. Well, it is good to be fond of one's friend. Okay, so we're waiting for Mask to come back as he's got BRB going. I'll say he talks to Jahal a little bit, and Jahal is just, he's just happy to be invited. Because he is a stand-in for me, and I don't give too many motivations because it's your guys' game. No, so he then turns back to you, Xeno. Says, so no other reason, just helping your friends.
I'm sure there are other things that I could be doing with my life, but right now I'm happy tagging along.
There's nothing wrong with being a follower. The world needs them as well as leaders. If that is your calling, this is good. We need Mass to come back. Oof. We are getting close to the end of session as well. Oh, that's that. Okay.
Well, while we're on break,
Yeah.
I've kind of monopolized this session. I apologize for that.
You're
It just
all right.
seemed like everything required a reaction from me, or it felt that way.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it's going to be more you. Sometimes it's going to be more Mask. I'm going to be honest. I'm betting next session is going to be a little more Mask.
Nice.
Also, we've got a heist
Interesting.
plan, which should be both of you, because both of you, I think, are pretty stealthy, right? You're way more stealthy than Mask. But that's all right.
Yeah, I'm a +5 on stealth. I didn't realize that. I should be sneaking around more. I'm anxious to hear more of Mask's story. We haven't really delved much into it.
Well, we're probably gonna get into it here in a little bit. Maybe not next session, but the session afterwards. We're gonna get into it. I don't want to spoil too much, but we're probably gonna get into it here pretty quick.
Nice.
So, yep. Some sessions it's going to be more you. Other sessions it's going to be more Mask. Also, Mask has kind of like made you the face of the party. So you do more talking. Also, he has stepped in at the proper time because I told him that the Sons of Honor were kind of a nobleman's thing. So the moment a nobleman came in, he's like, "Hey, this is my time." So things are good, but I kind of need Mask to come back for this one. So, because Mask has done most of the talking here, and he should be. So, we will handle that fairly shortly.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this guy, because he's talking about, it seems like he's trying to make it seem like his guards are not the ruffians that the rest of the guards are, but his were not nice either when they came across us. So I don't know. Mask knows more about this guy than I do, but I don't trust him.
Probably not something to share in front of him, but maybe when you leave.
Yeah.
And I'm back. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I'm
Okay.
back.
For a little bit of recap.
Yep.
He asked Zeno his story. Zeno said that he was just here to, assist you, so sort of lied. We had a check. Don't know how it turned out because I know you don't know. They talked a little bit, and at this point, he then turns back to you and says, "So you are, you know of the Sons of Al?"
I know the name only through whispers and small tidbits that I've been able to acquire over the time that I've learned.
See.
That.
Can I assume that I will have no more trouble with you?
Assuming that your men are the other men are more willing to talk instead of brawl. Yes.
Well, again,
Not your men.
it is not advised to argue with the police force of a given war camp.
I understand.
Thank you. You interest me, though. I may call upon you again to speak if you would be so kind.
Of course.
Wonderful. I have much to attend to. I appreciate you taking your time to come visit. However, I do not have any more to speak to you about at the moment. I would ask that you maintain proper discipline in the future and be careful.
Very well.
All right. Very well. With that, he walks past you to the door, opens the door, and the 3 guards from earlier step in, and he asks them to escort you back to wherever they found you. And you guys want to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you are led out of the Sidious temple complex, or the not temple, the central complex, the castle of the Sidious war camp. The lead guard is again kind of taunting you. Right? You're lucky you weren't executed. You know, would have been better if you'd have just brawled it out on the street. He could have taken care of it for right. Just being kind of a dick. He gets you back to the edge of the Colin war camp, and then he says, "As far I'm taking you." And then he and the other 2 men turn around and walk back towards their own camp. And that is that encounter. What would you 2 like to do now?
Ash, you know, I like to avoid fights when I can, but I'm just about to the point where I want to fight these Sidious guards, just so you know.
I hear you, but we gotta hold our temper.
Yep.
All right, you want to make your way to the ornery Chull then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You guys make your way to the Chull. You have no further confrontation. Saul is not back by the time you return. Suppose I can change the music here, although we are going to be stopping fairly shortly. Let me put it on. I like this playlist for this game so far, so I'm going to play that. you arrive back. Do you wish to spend the night there again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be another 2 marks. So everybody get rid of 2 marks, please, off your total. Would you like, AK, would you like to share with Mask your concerns that you shared with me while he was BRBing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ash, what do you know about the Marshal?
Would then return with the information that I know from my past with Bialethi and him being...
Okay. He has a sterling reputation that doesn't have a single mark on it whatsoever.
For some reason, I don't trust him. He seems duplicitous on the surface.
It could be either one way or the other. He could be all about justice and honor, or he could be really good in the shadows.
Well, I'll leave dealing with him to you. Whatever you think is best. But I don't trust him.
He's a bright lord. We have to be careful.
Agreed.
And a well-known one on top of it.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to figure out how we're going to get to the Herald.
I had an idea about that.
Okay.
I'm wondering if Borden might be able to help us with that.
We can ask him. We've been helping him an awful lot.
Yeah. We might not have to go through much subterfuge if he just takes us in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can ask.
All
Do
right.
that in the morning.
Yeah,
That'll
we'll
be
do that
next
in the
session,
morning.
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep it in character, man.
Yep. Yeah. No, I love it. You guys go to bed then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to do before we end the session? Anybody you'd like to talk to? Any messages you'd like to send? Any spren you'd like to talk to? You still have a wind spren following you around, by the way.
Yes.
Ash.
Yeah. Yeah, if I can converse with the spren and learn more, or just get to know it better, I guess that would be cool.
Okay. So it's one of those things where it kind of followed you around all day, but it didn't really do anything, right? It's just every so often you'd catch this ribbon of light kind of following you. And as you get back to your room and you see it sort of zipping around your ceiling, it kind of like zips down onto the table and it sort of coalesces into this sort of like young kind of female form, like young woman.
Yep.
And it sort of she sort of looks at you a little, as you try to like converse with it, and she kind of asks, what were you doing all day, right? And as you try to talk to her, it's almost like her attention span isn't held, right? Like she asks you what you were doing, and you try to explain, hey, we were out gathering information. And then she gets like distracted by something out the window.
And
right? What?
So when we were walking around and she's following us, were the other people seeing her?
No.
It's just for me, right?
It's just for you. Well, you didn't know it. Like, she'd zip by people and stand and like float in front of their faces, and they didn't seem to notice.
Can I ask her if she can be seen by other people if she chooses?
If I want.
Can I ask her to try and go to the temple and talk to the herald, supposed herald? Show herself to the herald and talk to him?
That is an interesting question. Do I have a...
Am I there for
No.
this conversation, or is that in his room?
I would assume you were in your rooms at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
You just see me talking to no one.
yeah.
Well, you've seen me talking to a rock, so I mean,
Well, he can see the rock, and he can see Poahu. Can't see the windspread.
Which, you know,
As you ask
you
her
sent
to
me
go
the
to the
image of
temple,
her.
yeah. As you go to the temple complex, or as you try to explain and the herald, she doesn't seem to understand that there is a difference between the buildings. She doesn't seem to understand that that you're asking her to go to a particular building. So she's like, well, we're in a building. Right?
Yeah. If I were to bring you to the right spot, would you be able to find the herald and talk to him?
Who's Harold?
Oh, what the hell was his name? Harold fucking Torvok?
Talonat.
That's the one.
Do you ask her to find that guy?
Yes.
The moment you
Is it
mention
Talonar? Is that what it was?
it's
Or is it
Talonat of some kind. I can get it here real quick. if
Yeah.
you Need to. You are marked well enough.
Talonel Ellen.
Yeah. You say that name to her?
Yes.
Okay, so as you ask her if she can go find the herald, the sort of like kind of like vapid look on her face evaporates, and all of a sudden she looks ancient. And she says, he was left behind. And then as like after she says that, immediately the sort of like vapid kind of like ADHD look comes back.
If we were to meet him, would you know who he is?
I know who you are.
Sure. All right. I think I got nothing else.
Nothing else? Okay. AK, anything you'd like to do?
yeah, when I get into my room, I'd like to pull her out and say, Puahu, we're going to go see the Herald tomorrow. Be ready.
Get back here. Again, in the same voice. That is good. Harold Talon knows us. A patron. He will talk to me.
Well, we're going to talk to him tomorrow. Get some rest.
She seems confused by the concept of rest.
The human thing.
All right. Is there anything else, or is that going to be it?
I think that might be it, personally.
I think that might be it. Yep.
All right. With that, then you go to bed, and
Take a long rest.
Take a long rest, so everybody can take a long rest.
Excellent.
Long rest.
And with that, we will call an end to today's game.
Ooh, what a game it's been.
Avoiding fights all night long.
Risen up them Persian women.
Yeah. So before we end, as you wake up, Ash,
right.
You see your windspren sitting on a letter that has been slipped under your door. As you pick it up and read it, there's one sentence, 7 words, or, not words, but however many glyphs that would be. It says, "You have found the Sons of Honor." And they have found you. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session.
I don't think I asked this before, but did the Windspren ever give me her name?
No.
Okay. That's
Windspren
more
is
about,
not.
yeah. Okay.
That is something that I'm going to have to create tonight for you because it's going to come up here fairly short. I'm also going to have to start role-playing Spren, which is going to be fun. So we have that. I'm gonna have to make up a name. I gotta figure out naming conventions because there is a peak Spren exists in this. Puahu is a character in the book, but there is no Wind Spren. So that I believe I need to create. I believe I need to create that all on my own. I believe, which is fine. So I got to come up with a name for that, but we will do that in no issue. So, all right, with that, you have woken up. You have received a letter, Asha, that says that you have found the Sons of Honor and that they have found you. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you guys very much for playing.